If money feels like it's always slipping through your fingers, this video is the turning point. Imagine money not as paper or numbers on a screen, but as a river. That river is always moving, always flowing, always seeking paths of least resistance. Some people sit in dry riverbeds wondering why they're broke. Others build channels that direct more and more of that river into their lives, almost like magic. But it isn't magic. It's one principle, one law of money flow, that quietly governs who ends up stressed and stuck, and who ends up secure and free. You've probably heard fragments of it in books, podcasts, or motivational quotes, but rarely as a single clear rule you can actually use. In the next few minutes, I'm going to give you that rule, show you how it works, and help you see exactly why your current money results are not random at all. Here's the truth. Money is not loyal, emotional, or moral. It simply moves towards certain conditions and away from others. That's the law of money flow. When you understand it, money becomes less mysterious and more predictable. In this video, we'll unpack that one principle from multiple angles: mindset, behavior, systems, and strategy. I'll walk you through why money currently shows up in your life the way it does, how you might be unconsciously repelling it, and what to change so it starts flowing toward you and staying. If you care about building freedom rather than just surviving, stay with me till the end, because the final segment ties everything into a simple checklist you can start using today. And if you like clear, practical breakdowns like this, consider subscribing and tapping the notification bell so you don't miss future deep dives on money, psychology, and long-term wealth building. Let's start by stating the law of money flow in one sentence. Money flows to where it is wanted, respected, and put to work. That's it. 3 parts. Wanted means there's clear active intention and space for it. Not vague wishing, but specific purpose. To invest, to build, to create, to protect. Respected means you treat money with clarity and boundaries. You track it, tell it where to go, and don't casually leak it through impulsive, unconscious spending. Put to work means you don't let money sit idle or drift away. You use it to buy assets, skills, systems, and time, things that produce more value and eventually more money. Every financial result you have right now is a reflection of how strongly these 3 conditions exist in your life. In the next segments, we'll break each part down and you'll probably see uncomfortably clearly why your money behaves exactly the way it does. First, money flows where it is wanted. Most people think they want more money, but look at their environment and habits. Money doesn't actually have a clear role. If extra cash showed up in your account today, does it know where it's going? Do you have accounts, plans, or systems ready for it? Or would it just dissolve into random spending and "I deserved this" treats? Wanting money in the law of money flow sense means having specific purposes: pay off this debt, fund this investment, build this emergency buffer. Clear containers, separate accounts, budgets, automatic transfers. Emotional permission. You allow yourself to have and keep money without guilt or fear. When money senses chaos, it treats your life like a leaky bucket. When it senses clarity and purpose, it treats you like a well-built channel. The question is, if more money arrived tomorrow, would it feel wanted or wasted? Next, money flows where it is respected. Respect isn't about worshiping money, it's about treating it like a powerful neutral tool. Think about someone who borrows your things, never returns them on time, and breaks them without apologizing. Eventually, you stop lending them anything. Money responds similarly to disrespect. You don't know how much you earn or where it goes. You ignore bank notifications and bills until they're urgent. You use debt casually for lifestyle, not strategically for growth. Respect shows up as tracking, even a simple weekly check-in with your numbers. Intentional spending, asking, what job is this dollar doing? Honoring commitments, paying on time, keeping agreements. When you start respecting small amounts of money, something subtle shifts. Opportunities, side gigs, promotions, and better clients tend to randomly appear. It's not luck. It's alignment with the law of money flow. Respected money multiplies, disrespected money disappears. Third, money flows where it is put to work. Idle money slowly dies through inflation, fees, and impulse spending. Working money grows, protects, and frees you. Putting money to work means shifting from consumer to investor mindset. Instead of asking, "What can I buy with this?" you ask, "What can this buy that will pay me back?" Examples: investing in skills that raise your earning power, buying assets, index funds, businesses, rental properties, creative projects with revenue potential, building systems, software, automation, or people that save you time and increase your output. Notice, you don't need a lot of money to start. You need the habit of assigning jobs to your dollars. Even allocating $10 a week to an investment account or a skill building course signals to the money river that you're a builder, not just a spender. Over time, that's who money prefers to flow to. Here's where most people get stuck. Emotionally, they want money, but behaviorally, they repel it. Let's expose some of the invisible ways you might be pushing money away. Chronic disorganization, lost invoices, forgotten subscriptions, overdue bills. Money hates confusion. Instant gratification, turning every raise or windfall into lifestyle upgrades instead of freedom. Identity conflict, believing rich people are greedy, then subconsciously avoiding wealth to stay good. When your beliefs treat money as dirty or dangerous, your actions will quietly sabotage your bank account. You'll procrastinate on applications, undercharge, avoid negotiating, or forget to send invoices. The law of money flow is ruthless but fair. It doesn't care about your story. It responds to your pattern. Change the pattern and the flow changes. In the next segment, we'll flip this and look at how to become someone money naturally gravitates toward without toxic hustle culture or fake positivity. To become a natural magnet for money, you don't chase it. You build conditions that invite it. Think of yourself as an architect, not a hunter. 3 practical shifts. 1. From vague to specific. Instead of, "I want more money," define targets. I'm directing $300 a month to investments. I'm building a $1,000 emergency fund. I'm adding 1 new income stream this year. 2. From drama to data. Stop saying "I'm bad with money." Replace feelings with facts. Income, expenses, debt balances, net worth, savings rate. 3. From random to rhythmic. Money likes rhythm. A weekly money check-in, monthly net worth review, automatic transfers on payday. These shifts send a clear signal. There is a builder here. The law of money flow responds. You'll notice better decisions, new opportunities, and fewer mystery leaks. Not because the universe suddenly likes you, but because you finally created an environment money can trust. Let's talk about building channels instead of buckets. Most people think if I just had a big pile of money, I'd be safe. That's a bucket mindset. Buckets empty. Channels keep the river flowing. Channels are systems that bring money in and guide it out with intention. Income channels: job, side business, freelance work, digital products, investments. Allocation channels: automatic percentages that go to bills, investing, savings, fun. When money arrives and has no pre-decided path, it follows impulse and advertising. When every dollar has a job before it shows up, you're living the law of money flow. Action idea: decide simple percentages, maybe 60% needs, 20% investing, saving, 10% education skills, 10% guilt-free fun. Automate what you can. Suddenly, you're not just earning money, you're directing a flow, and that flow compounds into stability and eventually abundance. Now we need to address a common objection. How can I respect and put money to work when I barely have any? The law of money flow doesn't start when you're rich. It starts with how you handle your next $10. If you treat small amounts as unimportant, you're training yourself and signaling to opportunities that you're not ready for big amounts. The person who shrugs at a $20 leak will shrug at a $200 leak, then a $2,000 leak. Start micro. Track every dollar for 30 days, not forever, just to wake up. Decide that some tiny percentage, even 1 to 5%, will be invested or saved no matter what. Use free resources to build skills instead of endless entertainment. You're not being punished for your starting point, but the law is watching how you behave with what you have now. That behavior is the template for what you'll do later when the numbers get bigger. Let's zoom into your daily life because money flow is shaped less by big decisions and more by repeated tiny ones. Ask yourself, morning, do you start the day with intention or instantly drown in notifications and ads pushing you to buy? Work, are you actively increasing your value, learning, documenting your wins, improving skills, or just clocking hours? Evening, do you review even briefly what happened with your money today or this week? Or does it all blur together? One powerful practice is a 10-minute weekly money meeting with yourself. 1. Look at your accounts. No judgment, just reality. 2. Ask, where did the river flow this week? Did it go where I wanted? 3. Adjust one thing for the coming week. A subscription, a side project, a savings transfer. This simple rhythm turns money from a source of anxiety into a conversation you lead, and where leadership appears, money tends to stay. There's another layer to the law of money flow, value. Money is a receipt for value delivered. The more and more reliably you solve meaningful problems, the more of the money river naturally routes through you. So ask, whose problems do you currently solve and how well? At your job, do you understand how your role connects to revenue, cost savings, or customer outcomes? In the market, are there skills you have or could learn that people are already paying for? When you deepen your value, you change your relationship to the flow. You're no longer begging the river to move, you're becoming part of the landscape that shapes its path. Combine this with everything we've discussed, wanting money with purpose, respecting it, putting it to work, and you'll find that raises, clients, and opportunities feel less like miracles and more like logical consequences of who you've become. Before we summarize, we need to talk about seasons. Money flow isn't perfectly smooth. There are droughts and floods, job loss, medical bills, surprise opportunities, booming years. The law of money flow doesn't promise constant increase. It promises that if you honor it through all seasons, your overall trajectory will rise. In lean seasons, respect looks like brutal honesty and tight boundaries. You cut deep, negotiate bills, increase communication, protect your credit, and double down on learning and networking. In abundant seasons, respect looks like resisting lifestyle creep, aggressively strengthening your foundation, paying down debt, padding emergency reserves, investing harder, building assets. You can't always control how much water is in the river today, but you can always control the quality of your channels. If you keep improving those, every future flood will leave you richer, not wrecked, and every drought will be survivable, not devastating. Let's pull this all together. The law of money flow in one line. Money flows to where it is wanted, respected, and put to work. Wanted means you have specific purposes and clear containers for money. Budgets, accounts, plans. Respect means you track it, direct it, and keep your agreements, even with small amounts. Put to work means you use money to acquire assets, skills, and systems that create more value and more income. You've seen how beliefs, habits, and environment can either repel money or invite it. You've learned the difference between buckets and channels, why tiny amounts matter, how weekly money meetings build leadership, and how increasing your value plugs you directly into the river. Your current financial situation is not a verdict. It's a report card on these three conditions. Change them consistently, and over time, the flow has no choice but to reroute. Here's your challenge, starting today. 1. Define one clear purpose for money. Maybe it's a $500 starter emergency fund, paying off one small debt, or funding a course to boost your skills. 2. Create one simple system. Open a separate account, set up an automatic transfer, even $10 a week, and name the account after that purpose. 3. Start a weekly 10-minute money meeting. Look at your numbers, ask where the river flowed, and choose one improvement. If you do just these 3 things for the next 90 days, you won't just feel different about money, you'll see different numbers. If this video helped clarify how money really works, let me know in the comments what action you're taking first. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. And if you haven't yet, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next deep dive. The river is always flowing. The question is, will you finally build the channels?